Wealth and power. These are the benefits of amassing vast sums of money that not every ordinary person can amass in their lifetime. While most people's dreams are to be wealthy, there can only be some successful people in the world. For the rest, all we can do is watch and learn from their financial habits, hoping to get there someday. It's not surprising to learn that a certain billionaire owns a sports team, a mansion, or a yacht. It is what society expects the wealthy to spend their money on. Spending hard-earned to trust fund money on gold-plated toilets, ghost detectors, and dinosaur skulls, on the other hand, may appear to most people to be eccentric splurges. We examine 10 of the strangest financial habits of the wealthy, ranging from frugal to frivolous. Kim Basinger bought the whole city. Yes, you heard right. She bought the whole city. She had in mind to turn the area into a tourist attraction and promote big movies. After long negotiations, the city was sold for $20 million. However, not everything goes as desired. It was a big failure. 5 years later, it went bankrupt and sold the town for $1 million. We can't leave the house without a key, wallet, or phone. This is true. So cold we go back home to get the hat we forgot at home while on vacation. No doubt we wouldn't be back. However, this is not the case for Bono, a famous musician and guitarist. He took the risk of returning home to get his hat that he had forgotten at home. He also spent $1,700 on airfare for it. You can say that you can buy a hat of that value from the resort, but this is nothing for a man with a fortune of more than $700 million. He could even afford to rent a plane if he wanted to. You better not just make it a habit. Divorce is not an easy process for anyone. For most people, it's impossible to look at divorce as a cost, but it's not cheap when it comes to billionaires and millionaires. For example, after her divorce from Bill Gates, Melinda Gates owned billions of shares in various companies. No one gets married in hopes of divorce. Also, out of 72 billionaires who got married, 35 were divorced. And we can't ignore the fact that he spent a lot of money in courtrooms. It is a known fact that there are water problems in some parts of the world. Billionaire Bill Gates also wanted to take a step in this regard. He decided to drink recycled water from human waste. As a result, he invested in Waste Management Inc. and acquired $18.6 million of company shares. But was it necessary to drink poop juice? After all, he had already made an important contribution. It prevented people living in some areas from being dehydrated by using this technology. However, drinking this water will always raise the question of why. We wonder why Elon Musk, with his fortune exceeding $220 billion, makes strange financial decisions. For example, he has recently sold all of his houses and is staying at his friend's house. Considering Tesla's co-founder and his recent investments in SpaceX, we understand that he is no longer interested in living on Earth. It's exploring the possibility of moving to Mars. Mariah Carey, a talented musician with a net worth of over $320 million, admitted in an interview that she spends over $34,000 a year on pooch. $34,000 for a dog? We all love our pets, but even if we had the money, we would understand how we could spend so much money on a dog and not Mariah Carey. The singer's pets have full-time groomers, chauffeurs, and occasional spa trips, add in the standard monthly haircut and blow-dry horse services that your pet receives, and the cost can easily exceed the amount listed. David Sheridan is a Canadian businessman who was among the first investors of Google. He earned an estimated $10.1 billion by investing in Google and other startups. He can dine every day in different countries on his private plane if he wants. However, he does not want this, and every day he cooks the food that he had saved the previous day. For a person without the condition, this may be normal, but it is surprising that a man like Sheridan would do such a thing. He also hasn't paid a single penny to any barber for the past 10 years shaving himself. No wonder the rich stay rich. It is necessary to write this interesting strategy in a corner of our minds. With an estimated net worth of over $82.7 billion, the 88-year-old businessman can afford to live in any luxury home he wants. But believe it or not, Warren Buffett lives in the 6,000 square foot house in Omaha, which he bought for $31,500 in 1958. It can afford any modern house with a seaside view, but still insists on living in its old house. Billionaire rates his home at number 3 when asked to give a list of their best investments. Can you guess the first two? The first two are wedding rings he bought for his first and second wife. Warren embraces other frugal and whimsical financial habits, such as Buffett coupons and searching for affordable hobbies. Interestingly, he used a Nokia flip phone for a long time, even after smartphones hit the market. We are all afraid of ghosts. We take precautions such as reading scriptures or praying. But Lady Gaga doesn't leave ghosts to chance. She has such a strong phobia that she invested $50,000 in a ghost detector. Lady Gaga is a 34-year-old Grammy and Academy Award-winning musician and actress who has a net worth of $150 million. With that much money, he is expected to invest in his brand and fashion. However, Lady Gaga adopts a strange behavior by investing in a ghost detector. Nicknamed Iron Mike, Tyson is known as one of the greatest boxers of all time. With an estimated net worth of over $400 million, Tyson bought 3 Bengal tigers for about $70,000 and began feeding them. He then hired trainers for the tigers for $125,000 a year, according to the Business Times. Tyson also gave his first wife a $2.2 million 24-karat gold top as a Christmas present. He filed for bankruptcy in 2003 after divorcing his wife. We can characterize Mike's spending habits as strange.